everyone. My name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So now we are going to start up with the rest of the aggregate functions which we were left and we needed to discuss out. So I would give you a quick overview regarding whatever we had done. So we were having the aggregate functions in the SQL. So onto that, first of all, we discussed about that what we meant from aggregate functions. So we could see that in database management, an aggregate function is a function where the values of multiple rows are grouped together as input on certain criteria to form out a single value of more significant meaning. Right? This is what we meant from the aggregate functions. Now, when I talk about various aggregate functions, so those are count, sum, average, minimum and the maximum. Right? These are the different aggregate functions which we are having. So here we have the ID, here we have the name and here we have the salary. Fine. Now, when I move towards the count with the very first aggregate function, that's the count. So there we had seen that if I wrote out count asterisk. So okay. So in that case, it would return me out the total number of records which we are having, that are in total 6. Fine. Next, what I'll be doing is that I'll be getting out a count salary. So it will basically return me the number of non-null values over the column salary, that is 5. So in that case, I'll be getting out the non-null values over the column. Fine. Then, if I move towards the next, that is the count distinct salary. Find count distinct salary. So in that case, I'll be getting out the as an output for the return number of distinct non-null values over the column salary, that is 5. Right? This was about the count function. Now, after this, if I just want to go ahead and proceed on with the next of the functions, so the second one which I'm going to take here is the sum. Sum and put on the brackets like this, right? Let me come down finally. Okay, now what if I just wrote out sum and into the bracket I wrote out, one second, into the bracket I could wrote out here as salary, sum salary. Fine. What is that? Okay, what is that? So it is a sum of, okay, sum all non-null, okay, non-null values, sum all non-null values of column salary. Okay, if I wrote out sum and into the bracket I mention out any particular column name, so in that case what we get out as an output, so we get out the output in the form of the sum of all non-null values of the column which we are having, and that is the salary here. So the salary column we were having right here, right? If I do the addition of all of these, so in that case I'll be getting out the final output whenever I use out that sum function, some aggregate function, right? This is first of all that what it is used for. Now, if I just wrote out sum and into the bracket I wrote out distinct, sum distinct, and if I just wrote out here as salary. Now, what is this particular function, sum distinct salary? See, distinct means that something which is different from each other, right? That are not repetitive, the ones which are different. This is what distinct is, right? So in that case, I could mention out here that sum of all distinct non-null values, sum of all distinct non-null values, that is 250. That is 250. So sum of distinct salary is the sum of all distinct values with the non-null values which they are having. Okay, that is not 250. One second. We haven't calculated that yet now, so I can't assure you that what's the value into that particular thing. But yeah, this is what it is particularly used for. Whenever we are just having some salary or some distinct salary thing, so in that case we just find out the final sum, and that is what called as the final sum. Right, now next we are having here the average, AVG. Fine. Now what's the average? Next function was the average, right? So if I just write out average and in bracket I wrote out there as salary, average salary, right? So average salary will be basically my sum of the salary, the sum aggregate function which we used above, right? It could be sum of the salary divided by, it will be the count of salary, SALARY. Okay, it will be the sum of salary divided by count of salary. Okay, that is equal to 300. Okay, not that we, because we haven't again calculated out any value, so that's okay. We won't get out in final answer. But yeah, when you are gonna apply out this query onto the the IDE or the SQL workbench, whatever you are using out. So in that case, if you just want to find out the average of that particular salary, so you could simply put on the sum and the count of salary, sum divided by the count of salary. Now see here, we are using two aggregate functions to find out a new aggregate value, right? Two aggregate values are used to find out a new aggregate value. So this is how these things work out here. Whenever, let's say, right, let's say I just take out another example. I just wrote out average, and now here I just want to find out a distinct salary. So distinct, and here we have, let's say, salary. Fine. So distinct salary, in that case as well, everything goes same, but only one difference is here. That is, we have sum of distinct we have sum of distinct salary, divided by count of distinct salary, Fine. So for finding out the average of the distinct salary, we have the sum of the distinct salaries, and that is divided by the count of the distinct salary. Right? Hope I am clear with this particular thing as well. Fine. Now next, if I just move ahead with the min and max. So the min, I could just write out min salary, and I could put on here the what I'll be getting as an output. So output that I'll be getting will be the minimum value in the salary column, except null. Okay, I'll be getting the minimum value in the salary column except the null. Fine, except the null value, whatever the minimum value we are having onto our whole data that I had again written above. From that particular, you would be getting out the minimum value. Now, if I just talk about the max, and in the bracket I just wrote out here as salary. So in that case, I'll be getting out the maximum value. We have the maximum value in the salary column. In the salary column, we have the maximum value in the salary column except the null. Fine. So minimum salary is basically the minimum value in the salary column except the null, and max salary is basically the maximum value in the salary column except the null, right? Okay, here this particular thing doesn't work except the null, because max can't be null anytime. It can't be that particular thing, right? This one of the case which can't ever be true. Fine. So let me quickly give you a revision of all the functions which we have discussed. 1 second. Right, so we started with the sum function. So onto the sum, we had seen that sum of the salary. So what was it returning as an output? It was returning the sum of all null values of column, that is the salary column. What was sum distinct salary returning? It was returning out the sum of all distinct non-null values. If I move ahead with the average function, so it was giving me the average salary, and that was, how was that actually founded? So that was founded by sum in the bracket we put on salary divided by count in the bracket we put on salary. Fine. If I wanted to find out the average distinct salary, so in that case I could just simply write out sum of distinct salary divided by count of distinct salary. For the minimum salary, we have minimum value in the salary column except the null. And for the max, we have the max salary, that is the minimum value in the salary column. Right? So hope I am very much clear that how you would be using out these aggregate functions onto your SQL, onto your workbenches, how you will be applying them out, and basically what are the functions which return you this and what are the functions which return you that. Hope I am very much clear with all of these things. Right, so I'll be stopping up here. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.